Hey family, how you doing? Good evening. So sorry we're starting a lot later than we thought. Just last minute always comes up. Last minute always comes up last minute. Anyway, so glad that you guys are here. We're going to give people just some time to get on here. And we're going to be introducing something to you tonight. I hope you guys enjoy it. What was I going to say? I'm going to talk a little bit about part of it was we were dissecting the documentaries that we were watching this afternoon, and boy, oh boy, it's a lot to dissect. There's a lot to kind of digest, and it's really something. So we'll talk about that just for a tiny little bit. I'll make sure that those documentaries are available over on mybondtube.com, because what we did is we streamed it, but I don't have them uploaded. So just wanted to let you know. Okay, so give us about another, let's say, 2 minutes here, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay. All right, another minute, family, and then we're going to start, y'all, in just another minute. One more minute. All right, we're there, family. We're here. Thank you so much for tuning in for tonight's broadcast. And tonight, all we're really going to talk about, we're going to get right into what we're going to be releasing here. As you know, we talked about a book, and now we are here. We're going to talk about that. Right before we get into that, I was, for those that are just coming in, this afternoon, we played 2 documentaries. The first documentary was actually about, what's his name? Father Divine. If you've ever heard of Father Divine, you definitely want to look him up here on YouTube, especially. And then just a history, it was just some history behind it. And when we show things like that, we're showing it's with great intention and for reason. And then right after that, I showed a documentary on Jim Jones. Now, earlier this week, I did a broadcast where I did spend some time talking about Jim Jones, and I was just talking about how there are layers to that story. And I do mean there are a lot of layers to that story, and, and how many things it's connected to. But the reason why we showed those things is because of the fact that, man, family, there's a lot of great deception out here, and has been crafted and designed to come after you, people like yourselves, people like me, and there's a lot of great deception that's out here. And, I know we throw that word around a lot, but, if you want to know, how do I make sure that I'm not falling into these traps that are out here? Well, it's very simple. You always go back to your history. It's very simple. And so what we did was we went back into our history. And both of these movements, the one led by Father Divine and the other one with Jim Jones, our people were heavily involved in that, And, history is it's always good if you can learn from history, because a lot of times people will look at those movements, for example, and will say, well, I would never fall into that. But when you really take the time and look into that, because a lot of times when people talk about those movements, you only focus on the part where the people just went crazy, completely loco, but they don't talk about what was it that brought these people in the first place. And you're going to find, in most cases, I would say in just about all of these cases, regardless if it's these 2 movements or other movements, these people weren't dumb. These weren't stupid people at all. Many of these people were very smart. But the one thing was that they did not have a foundation. They did not have their foundation in their life was off. And there was also a lot of space there with loneliness. That was another thing as well. And when you're lost and you're also a person that deals with loneliness, and we all deal with it from time to time, it makes for a great recipe for anybody to come in and to try to talk and convince you to be, quote unquote, part of the family. And then once that happens, then you're just pretty much at their whim, where they can do and say whatever the heck they want to do and just pull you into all kinds of things. And that's what we did. And I told my wife when I was playing that second one about Jim Jones, I said, honey, I really need to put this one on repeat. If I could stream it here on YouTube, over and over again, I would keep doing that, because again, there's so many people that will look at that and think that, oh, it would never happen to me. It's not, that was then. These people were just stupid and crazy. No, there's a lot of people out there that were not. And when you don't have a center, if your foundation is off, and you just make yourself so vulnerable to whomever and whatever someone says on YouTube. There's some people that will jump on one YouTube channel and listen to them and be 100% like in agreement. Then they'll jump to another YouTuber channel and they'll be in 100% agreement with that person too. But the only thing is, both of these channels are saying the direct opposite of each other. I tell you, I run into that all the time, and I'll be sitting up here scratching my head like, well, how do you agree with both of these people? And they're both saying, they're saying the complete opposite of each other. You know what I'm saying? That makes for a lot of confusion. So anyway, how all of that ties into what we're talking about tonight is, we want to do our part with, because the adults, that was the sad thing to me in this last documentary we was watching, was to see how these grown folks had gotten to a place in their deception where it was just too late. And that's a harsh reality that I even have to deal with when I'm dealing with some people, is that for some people, it's just, I don't, unless the Most High himself intervene in their lives, I don't, they're just locked in, and you just have to let them go. You just have to let people be, you know what I'm saying? And, it's a hard thing to watch, but it happens. And I've seen when that crash takes place with grown people that should have known better. And it's a very, it's not a situation where you're standing on the other side and saying, nah. No. At least I don't, it's sad, because you don't like seeing people having to learn things the hard way. And so if you haven't seen that broadcast that we did the other night, just that we're in an age right now where we cannot afford to make poor decisions and poor choices. Please take the time and watch it. I know it's a longer video. I know it's longer than a minute, but please take the time to watch that, because I want to make sure as many people as possible understand. And I don't care about the likes. You don't even have to like the video. I don't get a dime off of it anyway. So I don't care about that at all, but what I do care about is for our people to really be faced with reality, and that, listen, when it comes to making decisions, personal decisions in this era, you're going to have to make sure that you have done your due diligence. Of course, you prayed about it, and, but also have wise people that you can go to and discuss these matters so that you can make the best decision that you can make, whatever it may be involving, it could be for a relationship. It could be for investment. It could be for buying a car. It could be whatever it may be, because if you're making poor decisions, I think in this era, you're going to find that it's probably going to be a lot more destructive for you in the end. And we're already seeing examples of that right around us today. So anyway, so I'll have those I'm going to make sure those documentaries get uploaded there on BondTube, so that people can watch them. And, and I would just encourage you, or you can just go right here on YouTube and look for them and watch those documentaries when you get a chance. And so anyway, with that being said, this is why it's crucial and important for us, not to have debates on different, on theological debates. If you want to do that, that's you. Not to be talking about, are you a Hebrew, or what tribe you are, or whatever, if you're in the Hebrew camp, or what church is better, or all this stuff, or what book of the Bible is legit versus which one is not. What's the important thing right now is our children. Our children are very important, because why? Because sooner or later, they're going to grow up and they're going to become adults like you are. And we got to make sure that we are doing everything we can to lay a solid foundation for them, so that they are solid enough to be able to dream big, We want them to dream big. That's the first thing. We want our children to feel like they can dream big, and whatever has been put inside of them by the Most High to do, that they can in fact do it. Yes, there's some realities that if you're a certain color or this, that, or whatever, there may be some roadblocks. But, when it comes to sharing that information with our children, we want to make sure that our children feel as if they can, if they could fly, they feel like they can fly, then doggone it, let's go somewhere and we can fly. That's how we want our children in this era to think and to believe, because if they don't have big dreams, then I tell you, we're in some big trouble. We're in some big trouble if our children cannot dream big. And so that's what we want to do, starting with this simple thing that we came up with, a coloring book. And so I'm going to share this with you now. I'm going to share my screen, and then we're going to talk a little bit about it. Like I said, again, this broadcast is not going to be long at all tonight, because this is all really we're going to talk about. In the meantime, it will be, they'll let me know when it's added to the page, but I'll tell you the page in the meantime. It's Chalkstock.com. Okay. And I'll even have it on the screen. Okay. In a moment, once they tell me that everything's a go there. So anyway, let me go ahead and pull this up here, and I'll tell you exactly what we're talking about. So here we go. Here it is. This is the project I've been working on. And I tell you, yeah, it takes time, man. Just stuff like this. Sometimes it can take a lot of time, just putting things together. And, the one thing that my little pet peeve is when you have projects that are half done. I don't like that, because after a while you got a whole room of half done projects. I don't like that at all. That's a huge pet peeve of mine. And this is one I had mentioned to y'all some time ago, and I was saying, yeah, we're working on this. And at that time I only had a few pages done, but I knew I had to get down to work on it. And so I didn't know how many pages we were going to have. So I started off, and then probably a quarter way through, I was saying, I think we can get, I'm pretty sure we can get at least 50 pages on this thing. All right. So what this is, yes, it's a color book, and we're going to go through, and I'm going to show you some examples in it. Okay. So I'm going to take you a little bit through it. And so you can see the title here, Reach for the Stars, coloring book. And it's a forever coloring book. What do we mean? Does it mean you could take it to heaven and you can use it forever up there? No, I ain't talking about that. This coloring book is it's a digital based coloring book, meaning that when you buy it, and the price will be $9.95. When you buy it, it's digital, meaning that you'll get a PDF, which means that once you buy it, you have that PDF. You can print it out as many times as you want. So if you are a teacher, for example, and you got a classroom of students, of children that you take care of, you're like, okay, coloring time. You can print this thing out for them and give each one of them a page. And then once they get bored of that and they're tired of that, then you can switch it up and then switch up the pages, and then they can move on to the next one. All right. And so once that's done, and maybe once a month, if you want to do that, you can do it, and you can print it out as many times as you want, as many times. So it's not like a coloring book. I can go to the dollar store and get a coloring book. Yeah, you use it once and that's it. This one, as long as you got a printer that works, and you don't even need a color printer, you'll be able to print out all these pages as many times as you want. If you're a parent, you got children, same thing. If you got if you're auntie, if you're uncle, if you're a grandparent, if you got small cousins, this will be a wonderful thing for them. And I'm going to show you why in a moment. Okay. So, all right. So we get to page 1 here. I just put this in here. This is our, I'll just give you the quick not bio, but the introduction, and then everything else I'll just show you. Okay. So I just said here, I said, we created this coloring book to be used as a tool to encourage our children to reach as far as their little hands will go. We know that one day those little hands will become big hands. This handsome man that you on my left, on the left, is our son. As with our beautiful daughter, I made sure to speak encouraging words to them almost every night. Even while they were inside their mother, we would make a point to speak positive things to them, because we understood the power of words. As your children read the short backstories of each character, and you'll see it in a moment, They will learn about all the possible things they can accomplish. Our hope is that this book will help in nourishing the potential in each one of your children. And this is fully backed by two black men. Okay. So, that's what I try to teach my son, and who's on this picture here, is just the importance of laying down a solid foundation. And so I want him to be a part of this, and he wrote some of the backstories on this as well. And so again, this is part of, I guess, building legacy, right? So anyway, I'm gonna start off with some of these so you can kind of get an idea of what we got in here. Okay, so let's get to this one here. I said, while Anthony and Serenity arrived at their grandparents' house, they were all ready to sit down at the back porch like every Saturday to eat cookies, drink her cold, yummy teas, and color. Wait, oh no, they left their coloring books back at the house. Who do you think is going to get there first? All right, so there you go. So that's Anthony and Serenity. All right, so anyway, now and then it jumps into some of the pages of the book here. So I'm just going to highlight some of them. We ain't going to go through all of them. All right, look, I was kidding earlier. I said I should make it tiny because folk be coming in here and anyway, I won't get anybody no ideas. But anyway, here we go. So I said Zari and Major met when they both worked for the same trucking company. They became good friends, fell in love, and got married. One day they decided to start their own trucking company. They really love driving trucks because they get to see the country together. And this is the recurring theme you're going to see throughout this coloring book, is that we want our children to see a man, a black man, and a black woman working together and building something. So in this coloring book, throughout this coloring book, is going to be, you're going to see this recurring thing coming over and over again. A black man and a black woman together, building something together, creating their own legacies. And, so there you go. So let me move on to this next one here. And sometimes you'll get a single man like the brother that you got right here. This is Steve. Steve always wanted to design his own car. Now he designs cars and jets. And so this is another thing that is ownership. Not one day Steve grew up and he was working for Mr. Charlie. Like, that's the highlight. No, we want Steve to grow up and be owning stuff and designing stuff with his own hands, stuff that he owns and he built. That's what we want Steve to be part of. All right, here we go. Amani and Jalen always loved taking care of animals, so they decided to open their very own pet hospital. This makes them so happy. All the animals are happy too. All right, let me skip on here. Let's go to this one right. Let me see this one right here. Sharonda always wanted to have her own store where she could sell beautiful clothes for women and girls. So she decided to open up her very own clothing store downtown. This makes her so happy because she gets to help other women and girls look pretty. Then we get over here. It says Hampton and Yolanda work as the president and CEO of their worldwide shipping company. They ship everything from books, fruits and vegetables, cars, building supplies, and more. They even own their own cargo planes, trucks, and ships. And see, these little blurbs here that we have written here, these little blurbs, it's designed for you as the parent or even the child to read it themselves, so that the next question will be, Mommy, what's a shipping company? Or Daddy, what's a shipping company? How do I get one of those? You know what I'm saying? That's the questions that we, even at their young age, they need to be asking those kind of questions. And something as simple as a coloring book will allow them to do that. We'll just open the door. And then we want our children to also feel like, yes, they can have fun in life. They can, doing things that they love to do, not doing things necessarily because you have to do it. Like you have to get a job Because if you don't get a job, you ain't going to be able to keep the lights on, and you ain't going to be able to eat, and you ain't going to be able to keep the rent up and all this other stuff. We know all of that. But we also need to remind our children that they can do things that are fun. They can get paid, and it's fun, like Luther. Introducing Brother Luther to you here. Now, Luther always dreamed of being a professional surfer. So when he became an adult, he moved to Tahiti to learn how to surf. Now he teaches people from all over the world because he's the best. All right, so that's Luther there. All right, let me see what else here. I'll give you some more here. Okay, so here's another one here. Now introducing our dear sister Sky. All right, when Sky was a year old, her father brought her a microscope for her birthday. She just loved looking at almost everything up close with her microscope. She would look at leaves, hair, bugs, and even crumbs. She would find under the kitchen table. Today, she has her own laboratory where she uses all kinds of microscopes to examine samples for other people. That's our dear sister Sky in the house. Here's another one here. Oh, we got some landowners up in here too. Anyway, so here we go. Booker always wanted to be a pilot for a big airline company. So after he went to pilot school, his dream came true. One day, as he was about to fly his plane, he met one of the stewardess on the plane and thought she was so beautiful. As he got to know her better, he found out that she was in pilot school. A few years later, they got married, and now they fly private jets together for important clients. All right, let's see what else. Let me jump here. Let me read this one here. Okay, so this is Zion and Jasmine. Zion and Jasmine are fantastic swimmers and swim instructors. Here, they're observing their class swimming drills. Hustle, you got this. All right, and let's see here. Let me get to another one here. All right, after a great storm, and we also want to encourage them to get into the service industry, serving their community. After a great storm, John and Denise are volunteering to clean up the mess that was left behind. There's so much work to do to help the people in the neighborhood. See, again, it's the recurring theme. You got these brothers and sisters working together, meeting each other, falling in love with one another, that kind of thing. And like I said, children, when they're even in a small age, this is something that must be reinforced because family, we're in war right now. I don't know if you're aware of that. More and more, I look at what they're trying to teach these young children. I mean, I'm talking about 4 or 5 years old. Got them all having conversations that only adults should be having because they understand that. See, a lot of times people just, when they talking to small children, they're like, hey, no, I never talk to my children like that. I speak in plain English and let them catch up. You know what I'm saying? So the world already knows how to, they push these narratives when, even at a young age, their own narratives. So if they're doing it at that young age, we should be doing it. We should have our own stuff, and that's what we're doing here. All right, so here you go. Here's another one. Derek and Kayla have come a long way from where they started. From recording in the basement to now owning a professional recording studio in the heart of the city. They're getting more clients than ever. And let's continue here. All right, so I'm just showing you like some of the ones here. All right, so here we go. Lauren and Xavier, owners of the city's most popular designer shoe store, posed for the cover of a local business magazine. That's Lauren and Xavier. They doing their thing there. All right, let me see what else I got here. All right, here's another one. Tommy and Veronica are proud owners of their sailing tours company in Trinidad and Tobago. Today, they're introducing a new fleet of delivery boats which will increase and grow their business. Let me see what else I got here. I'm just kind of skipping through some of the ones. All right, here we go. After 2 years of hard work, Marcus and Shanita were finally able to build a homestead on their property. So again, as you're talking, you're discussing as they read these things, because you want them to read these things too. And if they can't read it, you read it to them. And that will give you an opportunity to explain to them what these things are. So that way, even at a young age, they're starting to ask those questions. That's in their lexicon. That's in their thing. You know what I mean? So the next time, if they're watching TV, they see something on the internet, they hear that word again, they'll come back to them. Oh yeah, that's right. Tell me more about buying land. And they 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, here's another one here. This is Jarik. Jarik grew up with his grandparents out in the country. While his school friends would come home to play video games, he would spend hours going on imaginary journeys in the forest. On other days, his grandparents would show him all the hidden trails in the forest. And then it's supposed to be Jarik. I'll make the change there. Jarik inherited over 500 acres of land where he now lives and protects the land. And I'll just do a couple more here, and then that'll be it. Here we go. Kabari and Michelle met in art school. As they got to know each other, they realized that they loved the same styles of artwork. Later on, they got married and decided to open up their own art studio. Now, people come from all over to view their beautiful paintings. Ain't that something? All right, and I'll do one more for now, and then I may circle back and do another one here. Okay, so let me do this one here, and I'll look in the comment section or chat and see what people are saying, if you had any questions. Destiny always dreamed of becoming a fashion model, but many of the models she saw wore things that made her feel a bit too uncomfortable. So she decided to create a fashion model school to teach young girls that being a fashion model should not only be fun, but should always be respectful to your bodies. All right. So yeah, so that's what you got there, family. I mean, we got, like I said, you get 50 pages worth. All right? These are about 50 pages. And like I said, the great thing about it is you can, you can print them out until your heart's content. You color it, and then once it's done and it, it's not over. You can just print out some more and do it all over again. And I'm just taking care of something here right quick. And so that's it. That's the name of the book there. It's Reaching for the Stars, because that's what we want. We want our children to reach for the stars, and we want them to know that they can do that. But I'm just taking care of something here right quick. Sorry, y'all. Just give me just a moment here. Oh, let's see. Edit. Okay, hold on with just some tiny bit of second here. Okay, all right. So let me save that again. And if my family is, if Nicole, if you're listening, we got to update this again. All right, so let me do this here. Give me just a moment here. One more. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's see. You missed something. I'm gonna save it and send it to you. Okay. I'm saving it in the same place, okay? And then you'll see the ending of the file. Okay. All right. So that's it. And like I said again, I'll show some more too. It's going to be available on Chalkstock. It will be available tonight. They're actually uploading it right now, and I will put that up on. It'll be on the website. And yeah, someone said teaching modest apparel also, right? And just because we want them to know that, yeah, you don't have to be a skanky. You know what I mean? You don't have to be stank to be successful. You know what I mean? And we really want to instill, even at a young age, just the importance of, that all of these different things that are out here, you can do that. So while they down there coloring, like I said, again, they can either, if they're able to read at that age, they can read it themselves, or you read it to them. And like I said, if it's a classroom situation, or if it's a classroom situation, if you're a homeschooler or whatever, you can get this and then print them out for your family, whatever you want to do. It's totally fine. And I'll go ahead and bring up the Chalkstock page now for you so you can see where to go to get it. And just give me a moment here before you actually try to buy it, because I want to make sure that from them that the right file has been uploaded. Okay. All right. Let me just see here. I'll just pull this up here on the screen, and there we go. All right, so there you go. So this is the website that you're going to go to. You're going to go to chalkstock.art, and then you go under this section here. You see where it says books. All right, you see that? So now we have a new section. It's called books. When you click on that, it will bring it up there. So they just told me that it's available. So yeah, so if you're interested in this and you want to purchase it, you can go right over here. It's $9.95, and you can go ahead, and as soon as you add it to your cart, you pay for it, you'll get the link where you can download it, and it is yours for you. I know we got some older folks in the house. I saw some people saying, shoot, I may want to start. May want to color. Why not? Why not? And
somebody said their sister is a dentist.
Oh,
and that's great to give it to the children.
Yes,
in the lobby.
That's right. So yeah, so if you know somebody that works with children, this will be a good addition for them to have, and you can just print out the sheets, and then the sheets can be there, and then you can always mix and match it and all of that stuff. And like I said, again, it opens the door for conversation for you as the parent or the adult, the guardian or whatever. So you can talk about these things with them. So at a very young age, they can already be thinking about what they want to be when they grow up. You know what I'm saying? And, and they can already start some of these things now. They don't have to wait until they get to college to figure out what they want to be in life. You can have those conversations now, Here's another one here. This is Warren always remembered when his father told him, every medicine you will ever need is found in nature. So he decided to dedicate his life in finding herbs that can be used as medicine. That's Warren in the house. He doing his thing. And then here we got, after being fired from her previous, check this one out. Now, this one was funny. Now this one got real. This one got too real. This one got too real. Hold on, let me read this one. After being fired from her previous job for refusing the you-know-what procedures, Dayan decided to take her career into her own hands and open up her own apothecary. You know what I'm saying? Yes, this one got too real. Yeah. So yeah, we get down like that too. All right, so here's another one here. All right, so this is after an intense workout, millionaires Sean and Tina head out for a walk through the neighborhood with Dallas, their pit bull. Why they wearing? But see, why y'all got a pit bull up? Anyway, here we go. Garvey the dog is getting his monthly checkup by his owner, Janelle, the veterinarian. Who else we got here? Did I go this one? Okay, here we go. Devin and Brianna are heading home after locking the doors of their organic grocery store. It has been another successful day and many more to come. All right, and here's another one here. While his daughter Tisha tends to the cows, Wendell is doing his daily patrol around the land. Life on his land is so relaxing compared when he lived in the busy city. Let's see. This is Leisha grew up on her father's land. She loves grazing at the beauty of her land while she tends to the cows. There's another one here, and for some of these, the way they came out, the skin tones are already there, and other ones the skin tone may not be there. So that's where the crayons come in. So you go ahead and shade it in however you want to shade it. Jamal and Leica, I guess, have just built their first tiny house on a plot of land that they purchased near the lake. With all the vegetables and fruits that they can grow and the water they can collect, they never have a shortage of food. See how you're getting it already in them? Already in them. You're getting it already in them. That way they already thinking along these lines. All right, and then what I got here? I'm just showing you all of them, I guess. Here's another one here. Now, this is Sylvia. Now, Sylvia was able to retire from her job as an investor on Wall Street. Both she and her husband now own a coffee farm in Central America. Her favorite part of the day is in the late afternoon when she takes her stroll in the family garden. Then you have ones that are like this. DeMarcus always loves it when his dad is there to pick him up from the school bus stop. His dad is his hero. Got another one here. It's like, let's see. Zoe and Joy have been best friends since they were little, growing up in Colorado. They both decided to become ski instructors. It's a fun job, but somebody has to do it. So they're ski instructors. I didn't know black people can be ski instructors. Yeah, we can. That and then some. We can own the whole mountain. Did I do this one? Okay. I think I did. I'm not sure. After 2 years of hard work, Marcus and Shanita were finally able to build a homestead on their property. Let's see. Okay, and this is Leisha just got ready to pick up some supplies in town. Then remember, she forgot to clean up after the cows. So that's why Leisha looking a little bit way she looking right now. She like, really? Doggone it, I got to get on back there. So now, so they can color up Leisha's shirt. Let's see, you can make this part here red maybe, and then you got blue if you want to do that, or you want to make it tan or whatever. You got to get them trees back there, and you got to get the fence back there and all of that. So, you just do what you're going to do, and just let the creativity juice just flow. All right, here's Renee. Now, Renee is a freelance photographer, is currently looking for interesting things to capture for her photo book. Wait, you look interesting. Can I take a photo of you? She asked. Well, can she? Answer her. I'm just playing. Anyway, here's another one here. Jay and Trisha just finished the opening day of their Hawaiian ice cream truck shop in town. The best part of the day is watching how people come from all over town excited to see their frozen treats. And you got here, let's see, foragers Damien and Michaela have ventured too far into the woods looking for eucalyptus leaves. Suddenly, a strange howl is heard in the distance. What is it? We ain't gonna just be standing there though. We're gonna be taking off somewhere and be like, okay, foraging over. Anyway, so yeah, it's a lot in there, as you can see. And like I said, it's about 50 pages worth. And so this is just the beginning of it. What we're also, in the future, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself here, is also perhaps doing short stories, doing short stories as well, very short stories. When I say short stories, I'm talking like, it just may be a chapter. Think of like a episode of a series. You know what I mean? It will just be in episodes or something like that. And then, and the episodes are just maybe $5-6 a piece or whatever. And then, and then we just keep it going. You know what I mean? You just keep it going with each installment and all of that. And we want to start putting more stuff like this up here too, and just making it available for our children. Because again, I think we put way too much emphasis a lot of times on the adults, but we also need to be talking about the children as well. We need to make sure we have some solid things for our children, because our children need to learn and know that they can dream, and they can dream very big. And we as adults, we can help shepherd them in the way that they should go when it comes to that. Because these wicked people out here that we're dealing with, family, they're not wasting any time. When you hand your children, your small children, just get out of my face. Here, take the cell phone, go on somewhere. They're getting into all kinds of stuff. They're learning. I was watching this video today. It was this child, he's supposed to be cleaning his room. He up dry humping on the wall and all this. It's just all kinds of crazy. He's listening to his music, but he's doing all kinds. I'm looking at this child and I'm like, man, you exposed to that already? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, a lot of our children, unfortunately, are exposed to things that, at one time it was only adults only. There is no adults only now, because now you got small children now that are exposed to these things. So we can't be naive, in today's world. And so we have to come up with things that can counter that. And not having, because what these people want our children to focus on is everything sexually oriented. Everything is about identity, and what do you identify as sexually and all this stuff. And it makes you so angry, because it's like, can you let the children just be children for a second? You know what I mean? Get off our face with it, So that's what we want. We want our children to be children. But we also want them to be thinking ahead with, so that as they get into adulthood, they're able to, hold on for a second. I just have to confirm something here. Hold on one second. Yes. There we go. We want them to be, so that when they get into adulthood, they're not confused and they're not leaning on a post that they found on TikTok to tell them what they should be doing. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, so again, I'll just bring the page up. I told you we ain't going to be too long here this evening. Here is the book again. It is called Reach for the Stars coloring book. It's a forever coloring book. And like I say, you just think of all the different scenarios. If you're a teacher, if you babysit, if you work with small children, or, maybe you got a summer camp coming up this summer and you trying to, or maybe you and church and y'all have like, you work in children's church or something like that. This will be a good resource for anywhere you have, approved access to children. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You still want to show it to the parents though, and shoot, maybe the parents, they'll sit down and color with the children. And so, and where do you access it? You just come right here. You go to our page here on Chalkstock, and here's chalkstock.art, not .com, .art. All right. So when you come here, you're going to go to books. And then when you go to books, it's right there. You click on it, go ahead and order. It's $9.95. And you can go ahead and enjoy that. Okay. So, just be praying, that with a little more time and some more energy, hopefully we can be turning out some more content like this as well. Like I said, again, it does take some time, and but thankfully, there's things that's making it a lot easier for us to turn this stuff around and get it out to the people. And just some ideals too. We have the on Chalkstock, we also have these royalty free images. So these are images that you can use for any projects that you're working on. If you want to create a calendar, I was thinking about that. I don't know if you're interested in a calendar, for example, us making a calendar with some of these images, let us know. You can email us and let us know, and we'll take that under consideration. Now, when I say calendar, I ain't talking about the Hebrew calendar. Okay, I'm not doing that one. I'm just saying just a regular calendar, with some beautiful images of some black folks. If you are interested in that, you can just email us and let us know, and then and email us on the Chalkstock page. There's a contact link there. Click on that, and you can let us know. I'll just click on it right here. So you can let us know, hey, I would be interested in a calendar, and let us know. And then, perhaps with enough people, we'll put out something like that. Okay. And so anyway, we have all of these different images that we come up. Some of these images, even though they look like paintings, we do have some that actually look like photos, like actual photos. Let me see if I can pull one up actually. Just give me just a moment here. Let me see, where did I put that? What would be let's see where I would have put that. I would have put that under, let's see, that would be under okay, I gotta go on my network. Okay, let me see. Okay, all right, I got some here. Hold on. Okay, all right, here we go. So I'm just giving you some examples of photos, like things like this. I mean, that's like an actual photo, man. So things like that, you can, if you wanted to, for example, print that out and have that, on a small picture frame in your bathroom or on a desk or something like that, you can do that, or if you wanted to, let me see if I got another one here. Here's another one of a mother and daughter, same thing, if you want to do that. So they're not just paintings. We also have things that look actually like photos. Here's a husband and a wife. Again, you can take these things and you can print them out and make them look like, have them on a desk. Like if you got an old desk somewhere, I like this one, man. This will be a nice ad, So yeah, we do things like that as well. And then we also have very nice paintings. That was part of the Go West pack. Then we got the pack for men, images that focus on our men. And we got images that focus on our beautiful women. Then we got images that focus on our couples, right? And our children. And if you're in gardening and foraging, we have that as well. So yeah, so there's all kinds of things. So if you're interested in, creating your own, you're like, man, I would like to have some good quality images that maybe you're working on a presentation for work, or maybe you're in the video work, or maybe you got to do something and you're just looking for some good images of some black folks. Cause in a lot of these, not clip art, royalty free sites, when you do a search for black couples or black men or African-American men or African-American woman, we love our people on the continent, but more often than not, what happens is they are more and more, they're using people from the continent. And it's not that we don't love our people on the continent. We just know that there are some differences between our people on the continent and people here. So if I put in there in the search engine, I'm looking for people, for African-American men or African-American women, that's what I want to see. I don't want to see someone standing in the middle of Kenya somewhere. You know what I'm saying? We love our people in Kenya, but I'm talking about our people here. And I would think they would think the same way over in Kenya. So I wanted to share that with you. So again, you can come to chalkstock.art And that's where you'll be able to find all of these wonderful images. And then one more time, all you got to do if you're interested in all of those is right there. For the book that we're talking about tonight, it's the coloring book that's right there. If you need some footage, we got video footage that you can use for your projects, anything like that as well. We try to keep the prices extremely low, family. We ain't nobody trying to break the bank. These are some things that you can use. Here's some photos that you can use for any projects that you may have. We'll be adding a lot more photos in the very near future. And that's my son and I. And we're just giving you kind of the reason why we are doing what we're doing here. So that's it. So again, go to chalkstock.art and you'll be able to gain access to those things. Okay. And of course, if you have any questions at all, you can always go to our contact link there. And we will try to turn that around very quickly. If you have any questions, to make sure we get that to you. All right. So chalkstock.art. All right. So so a lot more things like that. Like I said, hopefully it will be coming in the very near future. So and if you have any ideas for us, hey, can you guys make this, or can you guys do this? Do you think it'll be let us know. Maybe we can. Maybe we can. We love ideas. In fact, this whole idea for a coloring book, I think it came from someone. Someone actually reached out to us and said, "Hey, listen, I think it would be nice if what if you did a coloring book?" And we're like, maybe we will. So, and we did. See how that works? So, if you have any ideas like that, let us know. Let me see. Anything else worth mentioning to you this evening? Well, I'm going to have a video go up. I'm going to do I'm going to have a short video. It's probably about 3 minutes. If you notice on our YouTube page, I'm trying to, the videos that I've been uploading are very short. So if I can't fit it under a minute, so that it qualifies as a short, then what I will do is I will go to, I will just make it into a short video. All right. And so I'm just going to pull this up right quick. So, I have another short. I may have like a couple that I may be uploading tonight. So here are all the, live streams, of course, that I've done. There's one I got to get rid of because that's old now. But then down here in the video section here, if you look through our videos now, if you just click under video, you'll see that the videos that we have now, they're short. See, it's like 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes. This one's 9 minutes. That's 6 minutes. I'm trying to keep them very short. It should be no more than 10 minutes. That's kind of what my goal is for there. So the days of us uploading 2, 3, 4 hour videos and stuff like that, 2, 3 hours. I don't think I ever did 4. Maybe I did 4 live on Bantu, but we're not doing that anymore. Okay. And then here are all the shorts that we've uploaded. We got a lot more coming. So so just keep on watch on that. Okay. There we go, family. So that's about it. So I just thank you guys again so much for taking the time out and hanging out with us this evening. And for some of you guys, you were out here earlier today, when we were over on my BondTube as we were talking about that, looking at those documentaries. And I'll get those documentaries up as well. So anyway, let's see. Yeah, that was Love Lister. Love Lister. That was the woman's name that told us about gave us the idea about the comic book, about the coloring book. Oh, let me show y'all this. This will be the one thing I'll let y'all go here. Let me see here. I was cracking up at this. As soon as I can. Okay, here we go. I found this on Twitter today. I thought this was so funny here. So it said, this is for all the people who don't like their food touching. How many when I saw this brought back, not memories, it's just, this is a recurring memory. Anytime black folks, we get together. First of all, let me just say this. And you see this right here. You see this plate right here. Let me ask you something. Let me just ask you something. I don't know. Help me out here tonight. If you know you're going to be offering a ton of food for folks, why do you get the plates with the sections on it? I don't understand that. You get the plates with the 3 sections on it, And it's like, okay, what food you got? And you know nobody ain't, okay, well, I'm going to put something in this section, in that section. It don't matter. Trust me, this is a section plate. I don't even know what's under this plate. I can tell you right now, it's probably a section plate. I can tell you right now. And this person right here, when you look at this plate here, they wanted to make sure they fit. They wanted to do everything on one round. I think when you get to the slice of cake, it's not that you're going to eat it all at once. What you're doing is you're getting it. And I know for me, in the back of my mind is it ain't going to sit up there. By the time when I get to my seat, I'm going to take the cake off and I'm going to put it on a napkin. But everything else, it'll just kind of bleed over. And the one thing I don't like, when you get your collard greens or you get your black eyed peas and rice, and ultimately I've gotten over it. When I was younger, I felt some kind of way about that. But I felt some kind of way when I was younger, when the collard green juice and the black eyed pea juice will get into the sweet, into the yams and all that. And I'm like, I can't eat that part of the yams now because my yams tasting like vinegary right now. The sweet potatoes taste vinegary now. But as you get older, you don't even care about that. It's like, whatever. What else? It's going to work at the end. You're going to make it work at the end. But man, you go to somebody's repast, if you go to your grandmama in them house, you go to someone, they just having a party or whatever it is, I'm telling you right now, the plate will always look like this. And I'm still asking, why do we get the plate with the sections on it if you know you're going to have all this food? That's one of the great mysteries of life that maybe one day we'll figure it out. But right now, I don't know. I'm like, what is the point at this? But that's it, family. That's all I have for you this evening. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening. So glad to see you guys again here. And we'll be going live again, I'm sure, soon in the very near future. Keep your eyes on the community page, because if I have something going on tomorrow or whatever, let's say if there's some streams that I'll do or whatever, I'll let you know on the community page. And that's it. So again, it's chalkstock.art. Thank you so much. Only Pamela's way said, I can't eat none of that. Well, I know. See, but there's a skill to it, Pamela. That's what you got to understand. It's a skill, okay? It's a certain way you got to deconstruct your plate, okay? You can't, you got to give it a chance, okay? Give it a chance, all right? All right, family, listen, you guys take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And thanks again for all that y'all do. We really appreciate you. And we'll see you next time. We love you very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening and the rest of the weekend. Take care.